The Wrong Package. Chapter 1. A Small Mistake. It was a rainy Thursday afternoon when Emma came home from work. Her feet were wet and her coat was heavy with water. She opened her apartment door and shook her umbrella. Finally, she said to herself, "What a long day." As she stepped inside, she noticed a brown box sitting on the floor near her door. It had her name on it, Emily. But she didn't remember ordering anything. I didn't buy anything this week," she whispered. The package wasn't too big, but it felt heavy when she picked it up. There was no return address, just her name and apartment number. Curious, she brought the box inside. She placed it on the table and took off her wet coat and shoes. After changing into dry clothes, she sat down and looked at the box again. Should she open it? She sent a voice message to her friend, Mia. "Hey, I got a strange package. It has my name, but I didn't order anything. Should I open it?" A few minutes later, Mia replied, laughing, "Maybe it's a secret admirer. Open it and see what's inside." Emma laughed too. It was probably just a mistake, maybe something from an online shop she forgot about. Carefully, she used scissors to cut the tape. Inside were several small boxes, all neatly wrapped. One box had a beautiful silver pen. Another had a small electronic device with no label. There was also a black notebook, leather-bound and elegant. "This stuff looks expensive," she said quietly. There was no note, no receipt, and no company name. Just the items. Emma didn't know what to think. Chapter 2. Curiosity and Temptation. The next morning, Emma couldn't stop thinking about the box. She sat at the kitchen table, sipping her coffee and staring at the silver pen. "What if this is stolen?" she said out loud. "Or maybe it's just a lucky mistake." She picked up the pen and turned it in her hand. It was smooth, shiny, and felt expensive. The black notebook lay next to it, still untouched. She hadn't opened it yet. Her phone buzzed. It was another message from Mia. "Did you find out who sent the stuff yet? Maybe it's a new brand trying to get attention. You should post it online." Emma shook her head. "I don't even know where it came from," she typed back. "It feels weird." Still, her curiosity grew. She opened the notebook. On the first page, there was a small symbol, a triangle with a circle inside. That was it. The rest of the pages were blank. "What does this mean?" she wondered. She turned to the device. It had one button and a small screen. When she pressed it, the screen lit up blue, then quickly turned off. No other instructions, no charger, nothing. Emma felt a mix of excitement and confusion. She brought the items to her bedroom and placed them on her desk. "I'll keep them here for now," she whispered. "Just in case." That night, she had strange dreams. In one, the triangle symbol glowed, and in another, someone knocked at her door, asking for the package. When she woke up, she felt uneasy. But when she saw the shiny pen and clean notebook on her desk, they looked harmless again. She took a deep breath. "I'll wait a few days. Maybe someone will contact me." She didn't know that the message was coming very soon. Chapter 3: A Message from a Stranger. On Saturday morning, Emma was cleaning her apartment when her phone buzzed again. She picked it up, expecting another message from Mia. But it wasn't. The message was from an unknown number. "I think you received something that belongs to me." Emma froze. Her heart beat faster. She sat down on the couch and read it again. Another message came quickly: "Please return the items. They are not yours." Emma didn't know how to reply. Who was this person? How did they get her number? She called Mia immediately. "Mia, someone just texted me. They said the package is theirs." Mia gasped. "Wait, really? What did they say?" Emma read the messages out loud. "That's creepy," Mia said. "Don't answer yet. Maybe it's a scam." Emma nodded slowly. But her phone buzzed again. "I'm not trying to scare you. I just want my property back." The package was delivered to the wrong address. Emma stared at the screen. The tone didn't sound angry. Just serious. She finally replied, "How do I know you're telling the truth?" A moment later, a photo came in. It was a shipping label with Emma's address but under a different name, Leo Chan. "That label looks real," Emma whispered. Then a new message appeared: "I work for a small design company." That pen and notebook were prototypes. "We were sending them to our client. Please return them. I can come pick them up." Emma didn't reply. She needed to think. What if this was true? What if she was keeping someone's important work? She looked at the items on her desk. The notebook, the pen, the strange device. They didn't look dangerous. But now they didn't feel like hers anymore. She took a deep breath. She typed a short reply: "Let me think. I'll message you tomorrow." Chapter 4: Meeting Leo. The next morning, Emma decided to meet the stranger. She didn't want to send the items by mail. She wanted to see who Leo Chan really was. They agreed to meet at a small coffee shop downtown. Emma chose a table near the window, where she could see everything. She kept the pen and notebook in her bag, unsure if she would give them back. At exactly 10 a.m., a man walked in. He looked around and spotted her. He was tall, maybe in his late 20s, wearing glasses and a simple black jacket. "Emma?" he asked. She nodded. "Leo." He smiled politely and sat down. "Thank you for meeting me." Emma watched him carefully. "So these belong to you?" Leo nodded. "Yes. Well, to my company. We're testing new tools for writing and note-taking. That notebook and pen are connected in a special way." Emma raised her eyebrow. "Connected how?" Leo leaned in slightly. "The pen records what you write: pressure, speed, rhythm. It sends that data to an app that reads your writing style. It's part of a bigger project." Emma blinked. "That sounds high-tech." Leo smiled. "It is. That's why I was worried when it was lost. It's not just expensive, it's one of a kind." Emma hesitated. "I opened the notebook. I used the pen a little. I didn't mean to." Leo shook his head. "No, it's okay. Honestly, I'm curious what it did when you used it." Emma looked down at her bag. There was a message. Not printed. Just appeared. Leo's eyes widened. "A message?" Emma nodded slowly. "Yeah. It said something like, 'If you're reading this, the key has already been written.'" Leo sat back in his chair, stunned. That feature wasn't supposed to work yet. Chapter 5: A Glimpse Inside. A few days after meeting Leo, Emma agreed to visit the SparkNote office. She wanted to see for herself what kind of company had sent her that strange package. It was a small building in the city center, but inside it felt modern and bright. Designers and engineers worked quietly at desks, some talking about new ideas. Leo greeted Emma at the door. "Welcome to SparkNote. Ready for a quick tour?" Emma nodded, feeling curious but a little shy. She followed Leo through an open workspace filled with whiteboards covered in colorful notes and sketches. "Most of our work is about making smart writing tools," Leo explained. He picked up a shiny new pen from a desk. "This is our next version, faster and safer." Emma smiled. It's amazing how a simple pen can be so high-tech. Leo laughed softly. You'd be surprised. Writing shows so much about a person. That's why your experience with the hidden message is so interesting to us. Emma looked around. She noticed a young woman testing a pen by writing quickly on a tablet screen. A few others were discussing symbols and lines on a big monitor. At the end of the tour, Leo led her to a small meeting room. There he gave her a thin folder. Inside are some notes and questions, he said. We'd like you to write with the pen for a week, then tell us what you feel. You notice details. That helps us a lot. Emma took the folder carefully. So, I'm like a tester now. Leo grinned. Exactly. And maybe more if you want. Emma's mind was spinning as she left the office. A few weeks ago, she was just an ordinary bookstore clerk. Now she was testing a secret pen and notebook for a tech company. She couldn't help but whisper to herself, "What did I get myself into?" Chapter 6: Strange Data. Emma spent the next week using the smart pen every evening after work. She wrote about her day, her dreams, and even random thoughts. The pen felt light and smooth, and the notebook stayed clean and neat. Each time she finished writing, the little device on her desk blinked blue, then green. At first, it made her nervous. But soon, she got used to it. On Friday, Emma visited the SparkNote office again to share her notes. Leo and Alex, another young engineer, were waiting for her. "So, how was your first week as a tester?" Alex asked, smiling. Emma laughed. "I feel like my handwriting is famous now." Leo showed her a laptop screen. There were lines, graphs, and tiny dots moving in patterns. "This is how the pen reads your writing style," Leo explained. "Every dot shows pressure, speed, and small pauses." Emma leaned closer. "It looks like a heartbeat." Alex nodded. "Exactly. It's like your writing has its own life." While Emma watched, something strange appeared on the screen, a line of code blinking in red. It wasn't like the other lines. "What's that?" Emma asked. Leo frowned. "That shouldn't be here." Alex typed quickly. "Wait. This is part of Ken's old security test." Emma felt a chill. "Ken Wu? The man who made the hidden message?" Leo nodded. "Yes. This code is supposed to stay locked." Emma looked at her notebook in her bag. "Did I do something wrong?" "No," Alex said. "But your writing must have matched the old pattern again." Leo turned to Emma. "This is more important than we thought. You're the only tester who can unlock this." Emma held her breath. She knew this was not just about a pen anymore. Chapter 7: Questions and Warnings. That night, Emma sat at her kitchen table, staring at her notebook. She couldn't stop thinking about the strange code that appeared on SparkNote's computer screen. She opened the notebook and looked at the first page again, the small triangle with a circle inside. It looked simple, but now she knew it hid a bigger secret. Her phone buzzed. It was a message from Leo. Leo, are you okay? I know today was a lot. Emma typed back. Emma, I'm fine, just confused. What does this code really mean? Leo replied a minute later. Leo, we're not sure yet. But Kenwu must have hidden something important in the old system. We never found it before because no one unlocked it. Emma felt a chill. She typed again. Emma, should I stop writing? Is it dangerous? Leo, no, it's not dangerous. But be careful. Ken was very protective about this project. If someone else learns you can open it, they might ask questions. Emma looked around her small apartment. It felt quiet, too quiet. She decided to call Mia. Her best friend picked up on the second ring. Hey. It's late, what's up? Mia asked. Mia. I need to tell you something. Promise you won't laugh. Mia laughed lightly. Okay, serious face. What is it? Emma told her everything, the hidden message, the strange code, and Leo's warning. Mia was silent for a moment. Then she said, Emma, this sounds like a movie. But listen. Don't trust too easily. If you feel uncomfortable, stop. Okay. Emma smiled a little. Okay. Thanks, Mia. After hanging up, Emma held the pen in her hand. She whispered to herself, maybe I need to find Ken Wu and ask him myself. Chapter 8, Searching for Ken Wu. The next day, Emma decided to take action. She couldn't just wait and hope for answers. She needed to find Ken Wu. At her bookstore job, she used her break to search online. She typed Ken Wu SparkNote developer into her phone. Some old tech articles appeared, showing Ken at company events. He looked younger, smiling in group photos. But there was no recent news. It seemed like he had disappeared. Emma sighed. Where did you go, Ken Wu? After work, she called Leo. Do you have any idea where Ken might be now? Leo sounded tired. I've tried. He left so suddenly. Some people say he moved abroad. Others think he's still in the city, but living quietly. Emma felt more curious than ever. If I find him, will you be okay with that? Leo paused. Honestly? Yes. He might be the only one who can explain everything. That evening, Emma visited a small tech cafe she found online. It was known as a place where old SparkNote engineers used to meet. She hoped someone there might know Ken. She ordered tea and sat at a corner table, listening quietly. Two men nearby were talking about old SparkNote projects. . She took a deep breath and walked over. Hi, sorry to bother you. Do you know Ken Wu? I really need to find him. The men looked at each other, surprised. One said, Ken. Wow, haven't heard that name in a while. He sometimes visits an old bookshop near the university. He loves rare books. Emma's heart raced. Thank you so much. She left the cafe quickly. The night air felt cold, but her mind was full of hope. She whispered to herself, Hold on, Ken Wu. I'm coming. Chapter 9, Face to Face. The next morning, Emma woke up early. She felt nervous but ready. She put the notebook and pen in her bag and left her apartment before sunrise. She took a bus to the old part of the city, near the university. The streets were still quiet, only a few students walking to class. She found the bookshop the two men had mentioned. It was small, with dusty windows and a sign that said Rare Finds. Emma pushed the door open. A bell above the door rang softly. Inside, it smelled like old paper and coffee. Shelves were full of old books and notebooks. A man behind the counter looked up. He was in his 40s, wearing glasses and a gray sweater. Emma's heart skipped a beat. Ken Wu, she asked, her voice low. The man stared at her, then smiled gently. Yes. And you must be Emily. Emma was shocked. How did you know? Ken stepped closer. Leo told me you might come. I'm glad you did. Emma took the notebook from her bag and showed him the hidden message on the back page. Ken, what does this really mean? Why me? Ken sighed and led her to a small table in the corner. They sat down. He looked tired but kind. I built this system to help people connect with their true thoughts and feelings, he said softly. But the company wanted to use it for profit. So I hid a key in the writing code. Only someone with true emotion in their writing could find it. Emma listened carefully. Her hands felt cold. You, Emma, wrote with real feeling. Not many people do that. You opened the door. Emma whispered, So what now? Ken smiled. Now you decide. Do you want to keep this secret safe? Or help me finish what I started? Emma took a deep breath. For the first time, she knew exactly what she wanted. Chapter 10, The Promise. Emma and Ken sat together for a long time in the quiet bookshop. The morning sun shone through the dusty windows, making small golden spots on the table. Ken showed Emma old notes and drawings from his secret project. Some pages were yellow and full of lines, symbols, and short messages. This system can help people understand themselves, Ken said softly. It can listen to your true feelings when you write. Not for money, not for marketing, but for real understanding. Emma nodded. That's beautiful. Ken looked at her seriously. But it's risky. If the wrong people get it, they can use it to read anyone's secrets. That's why I ran away. Emma touched the notebook gently. She remembered how she felt when she first opened that strange box. Scared. Curious. Brave. "What do you want me to do?" she asked. Ken smiled. "I trust you, Emma. You write with honesty. I want you to help me finish the project the right way. Quietly. Safely." Emma's heart felt warm. For the first time in weeks, she wasn't scared anymore. "Okay," she said. "I promise to protect it. And help you." They shook hands like old friends. Before she left, Ken gave her a new, blank notebook. "This is for you. Write your truth. That's the key." Emma put it in her bag, next to the smart pen. As she walked out of the bookshop, the cold air felt fresh on her face. She looked up at the bright sky and smiled. The wrong package had brought her exactly where she needed to be.
Thanks for joining me in today's story on Storynest English. Don't forget to like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming story.